Breaking news. Peter Obi declares support for Nnamdi Kanu just for his 2027 presidential ambition. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 7th of July 2025, and I have breaking information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. Peter Obi, the London boy, has done it once again, and this time around, he is now trying to use the condition of Nnamdi Kanu to play politics. He wants to politicize Nnamdi Kanu, and he has also seen an avenue to galvanize the Igbo people, or should I say the entire Biafrans, to support him for 2027 presidential election. But Peter Obi, you will be busted this evening. So without further ado, let us read this very news from Vanguard News Nigeria, one of the Zoo media platforms. As you can see, their title says, "It makes no sense. Obi questions Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention." You can see the date, of course, 7th of July 2025. It is a very, very latest development. Peter Obi, the Labour Party's presidential candidate in 2023 general elections, has condemned the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, describing it as unreasonable and unjustified. Okay, Peter Obi, it is now unreasonable and unjustified because 2027 is on the horizon. Isn't it? We know your tactics. We are talking about a man that has been hunted for the past 10 good years, put behind the bars since 2021 without trial. Not only that, was illegally brought to the zoo, kidnapped in Kenya, extraordinarily renditioned to Nigeria, and upon that illegality, fighting to try him legally. On top of the illegality that took place in Kenya and Nigeria, they want to subject, or they have subjected him into trial in Nigeria Court of Law. Peter Obi remained mute all this while since 2021. Now, he wants Igbos now. He wants Biafrans now. He wants the good people of Igbo land. He wants people of goodwill to back him, to follow him, to support him, believing that if he enters there, he's going to release Nnamdi Kanu. Are you kidding me? Let us continue. Speaking on Channels Television Sunday Politics, the former Anambra State Governor questioned the logic behind Kanu's prolonged incarceration, especially if the charges against him are based on verbal or non-violent offenses. For every one of them, I mean, why is he still being held? It does not make sense to me, Obi said, when asked whether he will support a political solution for the IPOB leader. Okay, let us hear him. Obi expressed concern that Kanu's alleged use of vulgar words should not warrant continued detention. Okay. Some people said that because he used vulgar words and everything, I've not seen it. They said he's using vulgar words, but it doesn't bother me. If I am president, whether you call me a thief or an idiot, which they call me today, it doesn't bother me. Okay? My duty as a leader is for the common man to put food on their table, he stated. To put food on their table. This man is a pure politician. He knows that Nigerians are hungry, so he's using that food now to attract them. Peter Obi emphasized that if elected as a president, his administration would prioritize dialogue and inclusive political engagement over military crackdowns or hardline tactics when addressing national agitation or insecurity. If elected, Peter Obi is politicizing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, using the situation and condition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to play politics. He thinks he's going to buy favor and followership with the situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for coming on social media, for coming on television to rant. Now, if there are people I can talk to, I will talk to them. Let's say tomorrow we have a bandit operating in the northeast. I'll meet with him. But that is just to establish a link to say enough is enough. And afterwards, I will deal with it decisively. Are you paying attention? Remember, in 2023, Obi, trying to buy the heart of Yorubas, claimed that it was Sunday Igboho that truly agitating for freedom for Oduduwa nation. But he called us. He called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's followers. He called IPOB. He called all of us. He categorized all of us as terrorists on a national television. I don't know if you follow or you have forgotten so soon. Obi categorized Biafra agitators and freedom fighters as terrorists, but claimed that Igboho is the one who is truly agitating for freedom. In 2023. But today, oh my goodness me, let us continue because this matter may too long go. This matter may not end here. Now, Obi's comment come amid renewed public scrutiny over Kanu's case, with growing calls for the federal government to pursue a non-violent political resolution to the long-running Biafra agitation. There will be no other political solution or non-violent solution if not to let Biafra go. Let me make this very clear to all and sundry, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot spend 10 good years of his life suffering behind bars for the past 10 years since 2015, only for you to sit down and negotiate his release, not release of Biafra. Are you kidding me? He's been hunted for the past 10 years. He has suffered so much beyond repair. The torture, his mentality can no longer, be the same again. Never again. No matter how strong he is, I know he's a very strong man, but his mentality can no longer remain the same once he's released. So, you want to tell me that after suffering him for the past 10 good years with mental torture, only for you to sit down and deliberate on how to release him, just to release him, so he has suffered in vain? No, he has suffered for Biafra to come. So any discussion, any dialogue should be centered on letting Biafra go. That is the reality. If you want to have dialogue, it is for the freedom of Biafra. If you want to release him because he has committed no crime. He has committed no offense. There is something that Peter Obi said here. I want to make use of that word. He said, look at it. Some people said that because he used vulgar words and everything, he went on to say, I've not seen it. They said he's using vulgar words, but it does not bother me. It doesn't bother me. If I am president, whether you call me a thief or an idiot, which they call me today, it doesn't bother me. You understand? Now, there's another very important thing he said here. Pay attention. Now, he said here, speaking on Channels Television's Sunday Politics, the former Anambra State governor questioned the logic behind Kanu's prolonged incarceration. Oh, now you know his incarceration. Now, pay attention, my people. He said, especially if the charges against him are based on verbal or non-violence offenses. Are you paying attention? Especially when the charges against him are based on verbal or non-violent offenses. Verbal. When they say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made broadcast in United Kingdom, therefore there was a violence, agitation or violence NSAS protest, and some people are sitting on such allegation, judging such allegation. Can you imagine that? When there is nothing like sedition in Nigeria's law, in the constitution of the zoo, there is no sedition. You cannot have sedition law when you are in democracy. It is ochichonye kuche ya. If there is sedition law, then there is no democracy. It is automatically an autocratic rule. It is no longer democracy, because sedition law will make you not to say your mind. You have to speak up, whether it's against the government or not against the government. You must speak your mind. That's what Peter Obi said here. You see, this is to show that they all know. Peter Obi, having kept quiet for the past 5 years, since 2021 till today, now he is telling you, especially, look at it, especially if the charges against him are based on verbal or non-violent offenses. So now he knows, because 2027 is around the corner. He's on the horizon. So Peter Obi now nafa yota na nke azua na nwe ife Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Anyway, Peter Obi, we want you to begin the negotiation for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release and the freedom of Biafra. Okay, Nonisi, Igbo a politician, a top one indeed from Igbo nation. Go to Abuja and begin the negotiation. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has to be released ASAP, ASAP. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has to be released. Oh yes. And then the restoration of Biafra follows it immediately, without any further delay. Or else, Ndị na-anụkwa ọgụ nwere onwe a will continue to fight, and none of you will have peace as far as Biafra agitation or struggle is concerned. In the entire Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, there shall be no peace. Thank you, my people. Tosalu numozia and make it go viral.